Test 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. All right, good. Test 1 2 3.
instruct people to come before the hour. Usually they come like punctually at 8 or 5 minutes later. So expect us to start at about 10 past 8 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So then we would have everybody seated here. And what, Selen, where are you right now? Here.
I'm following you.
Okay. Yeah. And then I would maybe also ask you to have a seat before we start, because tomorrow I got a very special event before we start, because there will be the trailer release of Immersive X 2025. So nobody has seen it yet.
Congrats! Okay.
And we will have a look right now. So, and also rehearse this if this works.
Okay.
Guys,
It says loading.
It's still loading. Yes.
Woo! Oh my God.
Did I join? Hello.
Hi, Joanne. Join.
Hello.
Hey,
Sorry,
Joanne.
I always have such a big
Welcome.
problem with VRChat that
Hi.
it took me a while.
Welcome.
Hello.
Come to the stage. Come to the stage.
Wait, I have to figure out my volume because I barely hear you. Okay.
You're also sitting like you're crawling.
Yeah, this is the
hi,
part of
Joanne.
VRChat that I never know how to solve. I am sitting.
Oh, now
nice.
you're standing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking great.
Yeah. Hi. How are you
Glad
doing?
to have you. And there's Tom also joining.
How are
Cool.
you? Yeah.
Good. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Great. Hi.
So,
How are you doing?
Good. Trying to figure out. I hear some voices and I know who is it.
Yeah, I think Christopher and Marcus here. Have you met?
Yes.
Have you met
No.
with them all?
no, not. Joanne, I'm Thomas. Basically, I'm the organizer
Hello.
of tomorrow's event. We've been in touch, and Marcus and Christoph, they are from my team. They support us in the stage management. We also got Thomas here. His name is Robotanic, who will be who will handle the help desk. And Carlos and John, our supporters.
Hello.
In terms of the live stream, they are here as well. And we are just running through the session step by step. You haven't missed anything yet. We just said that we will wait for the people to drop in on the terrace there, and then we ask people to join here the auditorium. That when I will have where I will give a short introduction here, Carlos. That's maybe interesting for you too. Where to put the camera. It's about like 2 or 3 minutes where I welcome people. And tomorrow there is a special event because we will show the trailer for Immersive X 2025 before we start the actual session. And this is what we would like to do right now. I'm looking in Christoph's direction. Are we all set to show the trailer?
Yes.
Okay, then Carlos, I say now trailer release, and then I maybe step back a little bit, and then we see this.
Whoa. Let's take a seat.
We're all in this together.
Hello, guys.
Hi.
What happened here? War beim Rehearsal. Ach so, beim Rehearsal? Okay.
Ja.
Störe ich?
Morgen geht das los. Ja, wir müssen erstmal alles hier durchsprechen. Wenn es dir nichts ausmacht, dann.
Nee, ich setze ihn nicht. Gar kein Problem.
Bravo!
That was a world premiere. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
So we are lucky to see it first.
Yeah, and then I would maybe talk for 1 or 2 minutes to introduce the two of you, and then I would hand it over to you. So, and then we have to talk about the transition from here to Selen. I guess you want to start at the rooftop right now. Is that true? Did I get that right?
Yeah. Like we
Actually,
can start.
It's okay because usually people want to do something and letting people move around. It's great. So after they have listened to my introduction, we would guide them to the rooftop.
Because what I see, like this is, by the way, this is my first time. Oh my God, look at the beautiful rainbow. I see rainbow when I turn. It's awesome. Like this is the first time that I'm, hosting that kind of an event with you. So mostly the events or that kind of presentations or interviews or Q&As, that kind of things that I joined, like it's happening in an hour, right? But it's happening just by people are talking on the stage and that's it. And I think this is kind of a betrayal for VR. We don't have to sit all the way. We can just, we can just take the privilege of being here together from all over the world. So this is why I think like after a while we can go out and we can come back for the questions. So after your introduction, we can go out, enjoy that beautiful view and kind of ice break, like know each other, know our names, which countries we are coming from. Like we just start with that kind of an engagement with all the people, because otherwise I find it so unsocial. Like people are coming, you're just seeing, and you're just saying hi to people you know, but like, what about the other people, right? So I really want to know who is here, and I really want to know everybody. Like I really want to meet them, and I really want to, mingle and engage all of us together. So like there's going to be that kind of a short, like 8-10 minute ice break, like where we talk about, like introduce ourselves very shortly.
Yeah, great.
And then
I really like this idea because
awesome.
We consider Immersive X, we consider as a community, and it's always good to get to know each other. Who is there? We probably don't know. And this is it's a great introduction. So, and what is important today that we don't only talk about what we will do tomorrow. We actually have to at least go there because Carlos and John, they need to know where, especially you and Joanne, where you will position yourself, because you are the protagonists of the session, and we need to know where exactly the camera will be put. So let's go and see where we'll be tomorrow.
One word, if I can jump in.
Sure.
I was talking with Selen that I would like Tom to be with me during the interview.
No problem. Yeah.
Like,
so that's the three of you. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I think that would be so great, because by having Tom here, like the questions are going to be shared with you both, so you can, like, for the technical stuff, you can help us to dive into it deeper.
Yep.
Like it's even better. So awesome.
Yeah, it's No problem at all. It's even better, right? So,
Yay.
but shall we go to the rooftop right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Assuming that I know how to do that.
Looking good.
You'll see. It's awesome.
I will follow you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think we, for example, here? It depends between 10 or 30. Usually.
10 people. So I was thinking, let me check if I can do this flying thing around, which I cannot do it now. Wait.
Wait a second, I can turn it on.
I don't know if it's enabled here.
Now you should do.
No.
Now you can fly.
Thank you.
Oh no! Yay! Okay. So
Wow.
That's like super ninja.
it's going to be like, Joanne, it's going to be like you're holding your neck from behind and you're taking yourself up. And with the trigger, like you're controlling your movements. So I was thinking, because we have a beautiful terrace, but we also have that rooftop, and also that interaction of flying would be interesting and nice. I was thinking like we can just, after the introduction, we can just fly ourselves to the top and we can make a circle there with the people and, start that icebreaker conversations there in a circle, like what's your name, or which country you're joining from, and da da da, and then we come back and go inside and have the interview. Oh, where's Thomas?
I guess I will drop out from time to time because, as I said, I have to take care of my daughter. She's 2 years old and she just wanted to eat something, so I had to
I
leave.
accidentally turned off my mic, so.
No, okay.
Carlos, what do you think? What will be best for the introduction? Selen was just talking about the icebreaker.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I'm not. It's going to be if I have to be this close to get your audio because of the spatial audio in here, and there's. I won't be able to fly around and stick to you and listen to your conversation or any conversation with anybody that is flying around. It's too erratic. And it doesn't make sense for Thomas to do the introduction and then to come back out here. Typically on a social event, everybody mingles and has a conversation before they go in, and then we sit down and do the show. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's just
Maybe
if you want to
so we can
socialize
start
when everybody's coming in and welcome them as they spawn in.
Yeah.
And then
So-
once everybody knows each other and where they're from, and then from there you could go down to the stage and then go with the presentation.
Yeah. That would be even better, Thomas. What do you think? Like we can just start in here, then go inside.
As I understood your script, the icebreaker session is part of the show. So
Yes.
So Carlos, it's not I understand your point.
Yeah. Okay.
But to make me do the introduction after she's already started the show does not make sense.
No. You would
storytelling
do the introduction after the icebreaker.
Yeah, but the icebreaker is part of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. This is the thing. I can make sense now. So this is the thing. Like when people came around, like on the first look, they're already kind of, going around, like checking things, they're kind of like that. We have that 5-6 minutes of like people are just going around. So on that sense, like if we try to start with some kind of a rooftop activity, like it may not make sense, but if we start with the introduction of Thomas, then it would be like, oh, okay, we started.
All right. Well, listen, we can do that, but and then who do I follow for audio? Because you're only going to get one person I'm going to be able to hear. And I know if people are talking private things, that typically to stream that is invading their privacy. So I want to be sure that...
Oh, no, not private things.
It's not a private... It's
I know.
We are not talking about the same...
I don't think everybody's going to be hanging out together as a group. They're going to kind of be exploring and stuff like that.
I think, Carlos, that the idea is different.
Okay.
I thought the icebreaker is a moderated part.
Yeah.
Where Selen is moderating the
Let's
group.
rehearse that then. Let's show me how that looks.
It's not a one-to-one conversation among people. It's a circle, to my understanding, and one speaks after another.
Let's do the circle
then. Of course. Yes.
Where?
So let's go over the rooftop, but
just
is
lead
it
the way.
okay for you to
just
go?
Show us. We'll follow you.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh.
Yay!
I don't know where you are.
They are on the roof. But I'm not sure how
just
to
go
fly
out from
with
the
sea.
hall.
Actually, we need to get a different avatar for you. It's not loading correctly. At least for me.
Okay, so just from here to the up to the rooftop. Can you just do that fly?
Yeah. The problem is
We're going to have to be showing everybody how to fly and how to get up there.
Sorry?
You're going to have to educate everybody how to fly and how to get up there.
Oh, okay.
That's going to take all the time in the world to get people that aren't comfortable with the platform. But
I don't think there's so many people uncomfortable with the platform.
Right.
Carlos, we don't have any people who are uncomfortable with the platform tomorrow.
Then
I think they will be okay.
Changing my avatar.
Because this is kind of part of the activity.
I get it.
It's like if they just come here and sit, I would be very disappointed.
I understand.
Honestly. So at least if they can fly, do this. Yeah. Could you do that? Did you try?
I'm on desktop. I don't
think
have
they're
hands.
Oh, okay.
But I've got
So
this
tomorrow
avatar.
you are also going to be on desktop.
Yes, that's not the way I do my. It's all right. I can get up there now.
Really? Oh, yay!
You change into a flying drone.
Awesome! Carlos is a drone now. Okay, so let's go up.
Blue.
Woohoo! Whee! Hey!
Leider ein ziemliches Chaos, glaube ich.
Or green.
Einfach weil hier jeder eigene Ideen hat.
No, okay, then they're different
Mehr kann ich
power
dir jetzt nicht sagen. Versuch einfach, dass es eine strukturierte
fire
Session
resistance. This is breathing
wird.
underwater.
Und ich glaube nicht, dass wir hier rumfliegen können. Das geht nicht. Also das glaube ich nicht, einfach weil viele das nicht verstehen, wie geflogen werden kann. Wir brauchen hier ein klares Setup, aber ich muss jetzt leider auch raus. Carlos?
Yeah, I'm here.
Carlos?
Yes.
I have to leave. I have to take care of
I
Matilda.
understand.
We need a clear setup.
Yes.
And please, together with Christoph, sorry guys, I can't join the rehearsal because my daughter doesn't let me. So please try to figure out with Carlos and Christoph what the exact procedure is, and make it as easy as possible, not too complex, because tomorrow with the guests it's always getting more complex than in the rehearsal. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Thomas.
Sorry
Say
for
hi to
that.
Matilda.
Okay, thank you, Thomas.
Cheers.
Have a good one, Thomas.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes,
We
yes,
cannot
Joanne.
stay too long today,
Yeah.
like 15 more
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Can
So
we
let's
walk through And like, I'm happy to connect tomorrow, 15 minutes ahead, so we
Not
are sure
enough.
that, you know,
Sorry, Joanne.
everything is working. But can we walk through our conversation part, like how long it will be and stuff like that?
It would be like, have you checked that PDF that I sent, like with the questions and everything?
Now you will kill me. So no. No, but the reason is we've been traveling from Krakow to Łódź to Warsaw in last 3 days, so I'm like,
Okay.
completely...
No.
So...
Don't worry. But when you have that PDF on email, also I sent you on LinkedIn. So you check that PDF, you will see all the questions and everything.
Okay.
And if you want to add into that questions, if you want to change anything, if you have like any more interesting questions and stuff, like I can change it. Don't worry. But like for the flow and for the event flow, like if you want to see Carlos, I think it would be very beneficial. Like we can go up, like make a circle, let's see if it's working good, then come back and get inside. Like from the beginning to the, like we already had that introduction of Thomas. So from that point, we can take it up to the rooftop and continue, so we can see from the beginning to finish, like to the end, at least, I hope. Does it make sense?
Okay. And for how long it will be tomorrow?
Tomorrow is something around 1.5 hours, but the 1 hour is dedicated to that interview and all that stuff.
Okay.
Like the other half hour is more like question and answer, Q&A, like more socialization, even more. But from the very start, we are already going to start with that icebreaker. So I think, it depends on how it goes with the people and conversations. You know?
Okay.
So, like, can we go up and see if Carlos is comfortable with the setting?
Good.
If you can go up, I'm not able to follow, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Also, if you hold space down for longer, it doesn't fly.
Woo! Wee! Whoop. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. Wow, someone is very high. Someone was very super high.
So Selen, how much time do you want to be up here on the roof?
Something like 10-15 minutes, 15 minutes maximum, so we can at least have that 45 minutes for interview.
Yeah. Who's going to keep time for you?
I can keep time.
You have a timer in your house that you can watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a clock.
Good. No, but you're in headset,
Don't worry.
right? You're in headset, so I'm just thinking.
I'm on headset, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm doing this for a long time.
Okay. All right, good. All right, so where are the rest of the people? So Christoph,
I think
we're going to do a circle.
Joanne here, Tom here. I think Christoph is not able to join because he's on PC. So let's see what three of you like. Also, great, you're here too. So, so think of the space like we made a circle. Like think of like we are maybe 10 people, something like this. And I will be saying like, thank you so much for joining us. Now let's make a clear circle so everybody can see each other and everybody can, interact with each other. So from the very beginning, like I will start with one question, like maybe I will start with me. Hi, my name is Selen. I'm from Turkey. And that's it. And Joanne and Tom and Robotanik and, everyone will go up like that. And after that, like, we are going to be like, okay, now let's go down and have this conversation interview and something like this. So this is kind of like a casual icebreaker.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So,
we-
yeah, I start and on a maybe counterclockwise, like you can go on, Joanne. Are you in Poland now?
Yes, but let's not say that loud.
Okay, so you are on Calcutta. You're in India
We
right
are,
now.
in space.
Okay, you're in Spain, maybe. You're in Spain. Tom.
We're preparing actually because so we'll be talking about the choice, and we are preparing to our European premiere in France, in La Rochelle. So we
For
said
chapter 2 and 3.
that we are on the way there. Yeah.
Okay, so you can just say that like we are on the way to France, like however you wish.
In 2 weeks, but
You're going with a bike or walking.
walking.
And Robotanic, your name and your country.
yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm Thomas from Germany.
Awesome. So let's go down and have this conversation and interview. And someone else is coming too.
No, that's the camera. One of the cameras.
Yay! So follow me. Let's go down.
Oh.
Come. Come. Yay! So let's go inside. Follow me, please. I'm talking like there are 20, 40 people, something. Follow me. I'm the guide. Follow me. So, yay. Now everyone just take a seat. Like, as you see, they're so comfy. And we are going to take a seat on here, on the stage with Tom and Joanne. I will sit after my guests sit.
How do I? You gotta use the left trigger and point at the chair, and then it teleports you to it. Like you just point at it and then click on it with the trigger. I don't know if that one works. So it might be these ones.
Yeah, I'm able to do it with the trigger, but I'm like on Quest, so maybe it's different for you.
I'm also on Quest.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
when you
so
left
trigger.
hand, you wave over. It should like have a little cyan cube.
It does not.
Oh no.
Well then, once...
Works just for me.
Maybe you just need to get closer.
Oh, okay.
And then just click
so
on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
great.
Yeah, now you're seated.
Awesome. So Tom is seated, you're seated. So like, let's just, be clear about the seats. I think this is good. Or maybe, wait. But if I sit here,
Mm-hmm.
is it too distant? Like, are you able to hear me
I can
clear?
You're fine.
I can move to you. Yep.
Yes, this is even
That's
better,
You
I
want something to
think.
drink?
Okay.
I
It
think-
looks like
I think-
a weird shape that you are holding,
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't look like a drink. I don't know what you're seeing, but
It's blue. It's blue.
it's blue. It's blue. Yep.
So I think we can start with like your introductions before the questions. But I have a question about you. Like, if you want to show the trailer, like, can we show it now or?
Oh, yes.
So I don't know. I think we sent you a link, so we don't have
Yeah.
a trailer
It's
to
already,
the
it's already to go.
Chapter
It's
2
already
and
to go.
3.
Yeah, we only
Can
have
we-
trailer for chapter 1.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just a question so that I know it for tomorrow. If you sit down and get ready and comfortable, or do you want to first introduce the trailer, or should I start it immediately? What's the idea here?
I think we can get comfortable sit and we can just start like Joanne introduces herself, Tom introduces himself, and then like I will say something like, let's start with showing the trailer of the choice we are. So people, if they didn't experience choice, they will have an idea. Then we will go over the interview after the trailer. So it will make even more sense, I think.
Yeah,
And I would
lovely.
say
Okay.
if you guys can put the poster of chapter 2 and 3. So first the trailer of chapter 1 and then poster of chapter 2 and 3. And if you go to our website,
It's in the email.
choice-vr.com, there is a pitch deck info. Like there's link to our
Press kit.
Google
Press
Drive
kit,
with
actually. No, I
press
put
kit,
that in
so-
the email with the chapter 2 and 3,
Yeah.
the directory with it, yeah. And there's just like a 16 by 9 graphic.
I'll make a note on that.
Need to run at
I was
least
just-
one video on that to make sure it works. Please.
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
Tom,
say
there was a lot of
Trailer is
content
on
in
Vimeo,
that folder you
and you
sent.
can either play directly from Vimeo or you can download trailer from there.
We already had it. We already have it.
Oh,
No,
great.
I
I'll
have the
just
press
play it
kit. I
now.
sent them the press kit.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
Yay!
Doctor?
My husband and I have met.
I hear
and
nothing.
very quickly
It's very
decided
quiet for
that
me.
We were going to run away together.
And also the Vimeo version has subtitles. So
They're not
people
burnt in
can-
though.
And then
On the
to my
Vimeo, they're not
surprise,
burned in
we
subtitles.
Actually got pregnant on the first try,
It's very, very quiet.
and we were like,
That's
we were just planning a healthy pregnancy, and that's not what ended up.
I don't know why. Check.
I ended up bleeding in the middle of the night.
On it.
And, like
Is
I
this
said,
something
we had mom
about
brain,
back
so
there,
when I woke up
like-
and I saw the blood, I was like, okay, maybe it's, maybe.
No, we have another video or another trailer in this
My husband
video.
and I
and
met
it was a proper
and
volume,
very
so
quickly decided
they
that
just
we were
seem
going
to
to run away
be-
together and get married and
That's
have kids.
volumes.
And then, to my surprise, we actually got pregnant on the first try. And we were like, we were really planning a healthy pregnancy, and that's not what ended up happening. I ended up bleeding in the middle of the night, and like I said, I had really bad mom brain, so when I woke up and I saw the blood, I was like, okay, maybe it's, maybe it's not that bad. The nurse didn't really
How can we solve the sound? Like, how can we make
we
it
will do
louder?
it. The thing is with the media streaming in this world is we have to embed it into a video which we upload to YouTube and then play it via the video player here. So we just have to have another look at it.
I have an idea. Like, Joanne, do you have separate audio file? But it has
No.
to just go over YouTube, right?
Well, I have
Yeah.
a Vimeo link.
But as Thomas already said, the first trailer was fine from the audio, just the second trailer wasn't. So that's I think that's something we can fix.
Yeah. We edited our trailer and this trailer together into one video together with these stills, and it looks like the trailers were at different levels, and we have to render it with adjusted levels, so they're both at proper
Yeah, because
audio.
our trailer's mixed
volume.
at -12.
Okay.
It's mixed at -12.
Yeah.
I'll probably write that down because I don't know what that means.
Oh, and it's just broadcast level. Broadcast level.
Thank you.
Not web, because people mix to like 0 on web because they don't know any better.
Yeah. It's probably decibels, right? The -12.
Yeah. The
yeah.
0 to
Thank you.
0 is maximum, and then you
Oh yeah.
proportionally
Thank you.
logarithmically go lower. So 12 is like
And-
standard voice.
Oh yeah. Thank you. And one more question about the poster for the choice 2 and 3. Could you tell us again, please, which file we should use, and
I
when and
linked
how
it
long?
directly to the file. Because in the
think you-
chapter 2 and 3 thing, there's three poster versions. There's 2 that have a woman that's seated in it, and there's one that's just the graphic. I think the one with just the graphic is fine. Because we made the one with Lee in it, but I think the third file in the list, it might be listed as text list, or it might not. Like, it's the one that doesn't have somebody in the picture, it's just the illustration.
Oh yeah, it's called movie. The something movie
I'm just
poster.
checking the links, Tom, which you sent. You didn't send the link directly to a poster.
Oh, just to the directory?
But yes, so the third link that he sent goes to the folder on Google Drive called Key Art, and then there are posters there. So like, choose whichever you want to. I would say that has the title, the choice, chapter 2 and 3. I would say maybe with the South by Southwest logo, because we just premiered there. So
Yeah, I would go with the movie, with the third one of the movie posters, which doesn't have Lee in it, like Tom said.
Yeah, just the graphic. Just the graphic.
Yeah,
It'll look
sure.
better.
And how long would you like to have it displayed? While do
60
during
seconds.
the...
No, it's a video file.
We can keep it. Okay.
I'd say a
Maybe
minute.
but
is enough time.
Christoph is controlling it, so he will just need to know how long he will need should show it.
I mean,
if
if
it's
it's just a visual, just a picture, then just give it like 5 to 10 seconds, because I will pause it anyway.
Yeah,
So if you
and that
want
gives enough
to
time that when you
over it-
unpause it, it goes away
Yeah.
at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
And then, so we will do the trailer will run, and after the trailer, automatically
I
that
think
poster will come
after
up.
the trailer is even better, right?
Yeah.
Because the trailer is only the first episode. So
Yeah. Yep.
the first episode trailer, and then posters, and yeah.
And then the poster, should we leave it on until
I
you
would
say
say
something, or just
I
leave it
think-
on during the whole interview? Yeah, we can do that.
I mean,
I
it's what
think we should leave it
about,
on.
so, yeah.
I think we
Very
should
good.
leave it on. Yeah, like
Yeah.
till
'Cause
the end
it's-
of.
Yeah, because you start with the headshots so that people know who
Yeah.
they're talking to, and then after that, it's
Yeah,
talking
like
perfect.
after that, it's like too much for VRChat to see real people that long.
Yes.
So people will be like, oh, okay, with that big faces. So I think it's good to have one of the posters after the trailer in here.
Well, can I see the poster?
Perfect.
Can you post it?
I don't know if Carlos was in the email, if he was linked up. Yes, Carlos, you've also received it from Tom today.
I saw a file with tons of media in it. I didn't know what was what.
Yeah.
It's on the drive, like it's on
No,
the
I
drive.
know, but there was a lot of different files in there, and there's just
I
a
can-
lot of
if you
folders
like,
with a
I
lot
can-
of content in it. It wasn't specific what was what.
Exactly. Carlos, should we send you the direct
I
link?
asked for that several days ago. I posted a Google Drive for people to send me the files that they wanted posted during the show.
Do you also need do you need the image
Yes.
to project it somehow?
I will put it into the production so that I have the best quality. So when it goes
Okay.
up on the screen there, I will post it here on my studio, and then it'll have the best quality.
Okay. Well then,
Marcus was going to send me all that stuff, but I haven't gotten it yet.
oh no, yeah, it's coming. It came from Tom and Joanne, and now we've got it. We can send you. Now we can send you things that you
Okay.
need. You also need the trailer.
I downloaded one trailer,
Oh, perfect.
but I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the right one that you guys. It's 1 minute and 41 seconds.
Yeah,
sounds
that
about
sounds
right.
like the one.
It's the one for South by.
Yep,
For
that sounds right.
the choice thing. Yeah.
So when you activate the
Right.
trailer in this room, I will activate it on my system, and it'll go full screen on YouTube.
Perfect. Yeah. And then I will. I can check if I find the link to which you wanted the picture sent, or is it enough if I send you the direct Google Drive link from Tom's folder?
I have that
with
link,
the-
but there's too much stuff in there. I don't know which
I know,
is
I
the
meant.
exact file.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Third one.
I meant
So
the
there is
direct
a
link
poster,
to the image in the Google Drive.
horizontal poster with the
Did you
choice
guys
chapter
not
2
get the
and 3.
email that I asked about the Google Drive? I sent it to both you, Joanne, and to Tom, with asking for it to be 1080, 1920 by 1080.
There's a file
Did you
like
guys
that there.
miss that email?
I'm saying that the file like that is in the folder. So 1920.
Yeah, the trailer is 1920 1080.
Right. I'm talking about the poster now.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what size the
When I
poster
go
is.
to key
It-
art, there's I have it open now. So there's key art folder, and the third file from the left is the horizontal poster with all the logos, with the title. And the name of the file is the Choice PH23 movie poster horizontal 2025-02.
Joanne, if you can just drop that in the email, I'll pull it down after the show, after this rehearsal. Just that one file that you want, or the.
Oh.
Because I'm understanding we're going to do the trailer first, and then after that we do the poster, and then you guys go into your interview. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm checking. Okay. Yeah, I will answer.
By the way, I'm adding you all as a friend, so you can all see my request and accept, hopefully.
Very good.
Okay, I sent the email.
Thank you. And
Perfect.
Joanne, while we're on this, if something happens to you technically, how do we get in touch with you? I mean,
What do you mean?
WhatsApp?
yeah, we use
WhatsApp, yeah.
Discord and WhatsApp. But
WhatsApp.
you do WhatsApp?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we basically need a kind of a back room or a backstage communication in case you have any kind of glitch that we know
So,
what's going on.
In my signature, in the email that I just sent, it's my WhatsApp number.
Oh, okay. Christoph, do you want to create a WhatsApp group with all the people necessary?
Yes, I can do that.
That would be Thomas, you, Joanne, Tom, well, maybe not Tom, Selen, myself, and John would be good too.
My number is on the email signature also. You can find it.
Okay. So from all three speakers, from you, Thomas, and me, or anyone else?
That is
Tom,
Stephanie.
Joanne, me.
Stephanie's not going to be
Carlos.
here, right? Or and Marcus is not going to be here either.
And me, digitally wired.
Yeah.
Marcus, I'm not sure if he's there tomorrow.
No, Marcus isn't here, but Steffi might be in the world to help guide people. Oh, Mr. Freeman. Oh, Mr. Sausage Man.
Who's that?
Yeah.
I don't see it. Please, Mr. Sausage.
So are you
Thomas,
guys
Mr.
comfortable with the seating
No.
arrangements down there on the stage?
Yes.
All right. And if you're in VR, it helps a lot if you move your arms around. It makes you look like you're alive instead of just having them static or sitting on the armrest of your chair.
Well, when we will be having a conversation, I think we will be moving. Now it's like a little bit useless for us to moving, so I'm just sitting. But yeah, on the conversation, we will be moving, leaning forward.
More animated. Okay, good. Thank you.
So
Selen?
can we go on where we left with the flow? like we showed the trailer, so posters are here. We are on our places.
Yeah, let's go back to the seating places.
People are here. I see everyone, and we are making a super awesome interview. Like it's like I'm blowing your minds. Like no one asked you that kind of questions ever before, and you're not get bored at all. So you're replying that questions about technical stuff and how did you decide to make this project. Like I think you're replying this. It's a kind of a question for last 7 years or something. But again, like I really want people to hear your kind of like your inspirations, strike Kobiet, like all that abortion stuff, how did it all started and stuff. Like, and after that, like we're also going to talk with people, like they're going to ask you questions. And for the closing, I will just invite everyone to outside again, so we can go out and we can go out and like if it's not going to be chaotic, I don't think it's going to be chaotic, but we will see. We will go back to the terrace. We are going to fly ourselves to the terrace. Shall we do that now, or is it good just I'm talking about this?
I'm wondering if Thomas is going to have some closing thoughts, and then you go to the terrace.
Okay. So maybe so do you know, Christopher? Like usually, do you do that kind of closing on here? Like Thomas is talking, like.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. So we got an official like end, and you can also mention that now is a time for socializing.
Okay.
But yeah, I think like putting an end there, like an official end, it's a good idea.
Okay.
So we stopped the stream after Thomas, I guess, right? We're not going to capture any of the terrorist stuff after the show.
Oh, I think we don't need to. Yeah. Like, I mean, we can talk, but we need to talk with Thomas so he would know. But yeah, like I think so.
Yeah, I will watch him. So, is there any clues that you are coming to an end with the interview for him? Right?
The end of the interview is. What was my last question? My last question was kind of about like what's next for Joanne and Tom, like for their enterprise, like their next project, because they have also another great project upcoming. Maybe you want to talk about that also. Maybe people want to invest. Who knows? So maybe you can talk about this other project, next project, and that would be kind of like the end of the interview with them. But then I will just, tell people like, please ask your questions. Like, let's have a like if you have any questions about the project, or to Tom and Joanne about general XR project stuff, like in the means of production technology, stories, whatever. And yeah, and this is kind of like going to be the end. But after Thomas's closing, we will just invite them all to the terrace, and we will have some more talks, conversations, random stuff. Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah, that sounds good. Because we are now talking about the whole and I was just thinking about this is an introduction from Thomas, so everybody knows. First he's talk about the new trailer, then about you. Then you we go all to the terrace. Have a little introduction.
Yeah, get my controllers.
You all know each other. Then you want to fly to the top of the roof. And then we go.
I mean,
here.
we will basically make that like after here. We will go to the terrace, and we will make the icebreaker on the terrace, on the rooftop. Sorry, not on the terrace, but Yeah.
Okay. So it's straight from here to the rooftop.
Yay.
Okay. Lovely. And after that, we'll come down here again.
For the interview.
For the trailer and interview. And then the Q&A, then the closing statement, and then the socializing afterwards, which is also important. Lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Right.
I think
We're good.
How are you all feeling? I feel good. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Tom and Joanne, are you guys plugged in to the electricity?
We
The
have
what?
batteries.
You have
We have
batteries.
batteries on our
Okay.
ISO.
Yep.
And they
Yep.
let.
They last a lot. Yep.
Okay. Good.
Okay, let me check my
but
battery right now.
If
Yeah, 2
if
bars.
anything happens, a thunderstorm, internet outage, anything, please contact us through WhatsApp and give us to tell us what's going
Okay.
on, because we'll sit here and wait
Okay.
for you guys to if you leave or disappear. And Tom, could you pick up the conversation if Joanne breaks down and take over?
Yeah, he will do.
Okay.
I'm saying that because we are used to, and that's why also I wanted him to be here. Like whenever I lose my chain of thought, Tom is really good to just jumping in.
I know the feeling. And by the way, this
Have a
is
drink.
how close I have to be to you guys. I'm going to be in an invisible
here.
avatar, and but this is how close I have to be to get good audio from you all. So you can turn off
Yeah.
name tags so you're not distracted by me. In fact,
No, that's fine. I had actually, because voice is something that annoys me in VRChat. So just knowing that you're close enough is good for me. So yeah.
I hear you very good from here, Joanne. Like,
For me, like now you're so far and quiet that I would approach you to talk with you.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it might be that we have a thing with. I don't know if the stage is set up in such a way that the voices carry farther from stage.
it's supposed to be amplified when you're sitting in the stage area.
Sitting in the chairs. Thank you.
I don't know if it's turned on
Yeah.
or not. It doesn't.
There's a sign right there. It says stage is amplified.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Like there's a note on the
Yeah.
Right on the
thing here.
on the step.
Oh yeah.
So this is my invisible avatar, and you guys theoretically should not be able to see me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, we'll
I
have a
don't seem to
wonderful
have
show.
the magic lens, so I can't use my inventory.
And Tom, just to verify, you have a kind of a Robin Hood outfit on. Is that correct?
Sure.
Okay, and then
We're trying
you
to be
have a
thematically
Grecian-
matching.
Oh, my lady.
Link and Zelda.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's nice.
What else?
Which is she's the princess.
That makes sense.
What's one question?
Doesn't for me, but whatever. Tom did set up my avatar like 3 years ago, and I didn't change it since.
Oh wow. This is consistency. This is great.
A quick question. So that I know for tomorrow. After the trailer, you wanted a different visual shown. So the new visual that will be shown during the interview and the Q&A, right?
I thought we talked about the poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. So after the trailer, the poster is going to stay like the. Do you choose like? Do you prefer the second, like the choice part 2 or part 3? I think because
No,
there's
it's
one
one poster
poster
for
for
2
Bob.
and 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you just leave that on for the whole talk, and then I don't know if we need to go back to this in the very end, or if we just leave the choice
Yeah, it
poster
should.
up.
Yeah. It should better be left in.
Yeah,
here.
we leave the choice poster up for all eternity then.
Yes. Till the very end.
Yes.
Till.
Here we go.
Joanne and Tom, are you guys going to have contact info where people can get more information about what you guys do? Like a
No,
slide?
just the. I don't think so. Just the choice. Is there a website on the poster? I think so.
It's very tiny tight.
At the end of the trailer, there is one. I guess we can just tell people that our name's at infiniteframemedia.com. Like, it's not hard to find our contact info. So we'll may have to remember to mention that. And then if people message us on VRChat, the one time in 6 months that we open it, we'll see their notification.
I did catch the slide that you sent, Joanne. It is in 4K. I'm going to downsize it to HD or 1080 for the production. And also, do you guys have the YouTube link for the stream?
No, so for the stream, no, we don't have the link for the stream.
Okay. Do you want it?
Sure.
Okay.
I can see how it comes across.
That's interesting. My cameraman that's also got my camera on you, Tom, your outfit is blue, and on mine it's green.
Oh.
That's very
For
strange.
me, it's green also. You see on... No.
I don't know, there's like a quick menu for changing the configuration, so maybe that doesn't synchronize. But it doesn't matter. I'm not going to have any of the props or anything, and
all right.
So whatever color I happen to be, it's not the end of the world.
Now you're red. Now you're blue.
Oh.
I can just do this the whole talk.
Yeah. There you go, little neon sign. All right. Anything else, guys? Are we good?
I think we're good. I think we're so good. I feel like we made it. But wait. I had a question. I forgot. I think it's not important. Then they all crash. No. Okay.
I wanted to ask Digitally Wired how he flew. Is this a special avatar capability?
No, we all.
No, he's on desktop, I think.
We are all able to fly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant how he flew on desktop. That's my question.
I am using, and I've been using the VRChat camera.
I guess we can let you guys go then.
With that you can fly. Okay.
We'll add you to the WhatsApp, and then if you guys can acknowledge that, and I'll send the link to the YouTube. It's going to get streamed on their channel of Thomas's, and then on Selen's channel simultaneously.
Okay, good.
All right. Have a good show tomorrow. I will be very quiet.
Mute. We don't hear you.
And you won't hear from me after this, mostly.
Okay.
Right.
Unless anything goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Nice picture of you, Tom, with a
Thank you very much,
camera.
guys.
Carlos,
Thanks. It was a very hot day when we took that photo.
Of course.
Okay, I think we gotta. Yeah, we gotta jump on our next call. It's already
All right.
started, so
Bye.
we gotta fly.
Bye.
Okay,
Me
bye-bye.
personally, no. I will be. First, I will check that nobody has issues on email or Discord, and then I'll join with my headset probably. But Christoph is going to be on PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you need to know how Digitally Wired is being able to make that fly on desktop.
Yeah.
So
I'm
thing.
no,
Yes? Go ahead.
I
was okay.
You
Go ahead. No. Okay, no. I mean, basically, it's using the VRChat camera controls. You can pin 3 cameras, and you can fly in both VR and on desktop by using the PlayStation controller. You can sort of do it with a mouse, but the trick really is the PlayStation controller, because if you hold down that right bumper, you can. And the cool thing